Hello everyone, this side Kalpana Dhanik, MSc second semester microbiology, here to represent the topic transposition. These are the content. Introduction. As we all know, the DNA segment found in the genome of all living organisms, where the DNA sequence that is able to move itself at a new location in the genome is known as transposon. The transposon is also known as jumping gene. They are diverse in nature and their structure are highly regulated by a multitude of mechanisms. They generate a variety of DNA rearrangement that have profound consequences for cell survival and evolution. They have some major impact on changing the genetic composition of an organism. The enzyme transposase catalyzes the process of transposition. Discovery. First transposon was discovered by Barbara McClintock in 1940 in maize. The maize kernels show variation in color through the analysis of genetic instability, means breakage of chromosome, and found to occur at site where transposable elements were located. The first transposable element found in bacteria and bacteriophages. The first transposable element is insertion sequence element. So now let's talk about transposable elements. The transposon are of mainly three types. First one is cut and paste transposon, second one is replicative transposon, and third one is retrotransposon. In cut and paste transposon, many transposable elements are there. For example, IS element in bacteria, composite element in bacteria, ACDS element in maize, P element in Drosophila, hobo element in Drosophila, and piggyback in moth. In replicative transposon, for example, we have TN3 element in bacteria. In retrotransposon, we have TY1 element in yeast. So our first mechanism is cut and paste transposon, in which the transposable element is physically cut out of one site in a chromosome and pasted into a new site. It involves two transposon subunit where these subunit bind to the specific sequence at two ends of transposon. The subunit of transposable protein then come together and lead to excision of the transposon. This excised transposon is known as transposase complex, and after that this complex get integrated to our target recipient site. So this is our double-stranded DNA, and this double-stranded DNA will cleave to by the transposase enzyme. And this transposase enzyme simply cut the transposable element of the donor site and paste into our recipient site. This transposase enzyme acts as both endonuclease as well as integration enzyme. The transposase cut the target DNA on two single strands, and in mid we have a gene that is coding site for that enzyme. After cleaving, it generates the 5' phosphate and the 3' hydroxyl group, and all the flanking DNA host region will also cut out, and only the midsection of the DNA will be taken for the integration purpose. Before integration, we have this targeting DNA and the donor DNA, which is inside of our target DNA. There are some specific nucleotide sequence where the transposase need to be inserted, and they recognize this site with the help of terminal repeats, and also some sequence into the particular place by the OH group. This will attack this phosphodiester backbone because it can act as a nucleophile by attacking on it, and it will hold on it, and after that it will incorporate it to this strand to our target DNA. And after that, when we cleaved our DNA, there are some nicks, and so as we can see, first strand nicks are there, and second nicks are touched there. Now we need to fill this gap, and otherwise they will be lost in DNA integrity. As a result, what we can see, this 3' hydroxyl group of the target DNA can initiate the DNA polymerization because it is having 3' hydroxyl group, and DNA polymerization can sit on it easily. And after that, it elongate from this 3' hydroxyl group so it can reseal the gap. As when it enter into the receiving gap, there is a DNA ligase, and this enzyme will reseal our nicks. When the nick translation process will happen, and after that, result of the target site is duplication is completed and will form a new DNA from our target DNA. Our second mechanism is replicative transposome, which is found only in prokaryotes. In this, the transposition is accomplished through a process that involves the replication of transposable element. The transposes encoded by the element mediate an interaction between the element and a potential insertion site. During this interaction, the element is replicated and one copy of it is inserted at a new site where the one copy remain at original site because there is a net gain of one copy of the element. So we have our DNA, and in this DNA at 5' end and at 3' end we have LTR. LTR means long terminal repeats. And after that, when this undergoes the process of transcription by which the DNA strand is copied into a new molecule of mRNA, which is carried out by RNA polymerase enzyme. And after that, in this, the LTR mobilized through reverse transcription of their mRNA and integration of newly created cDNA into another location. And after that, when this DNA will cleaved at a 3' end with the help of enzyme which is transposase, this will cut the strand, and as after that it will end up with the formation of transposable element which is aside, and our target DNA is free for addition for transposable element. Now we can insert this transposable element which is present in 3' hydroxyl group into our host DNA. And after that, we fill this gap or repair this gap with the help of DNA polymerase. So at last, our transposon inserted into the new location. Our third mechanism is retroelements. It involves the synthesis of DNA by reverse transcriptase, which use element RNA as a template. It involves RNA as an intermediate, where the transposable DNA is transcribed and produce an RNA molecule. It required reverse transcriptase for their movement, and this movement is known as retrotransposon, where these retroelements may be viral and non-viral, and it is found only in eukaryotes. Transposable elements in prokaryotes. In this, the bacterial transposable elements are of following types: the IS element, the composite element, and TN3 element. So, what are IS elements? They are a simplest bacterial transposon element. As the name shows, they easily insert at many different sites in bacterial chromosome and plasmid. They are autonomous in nature. The IS element is first detected in lac mutation in E. coli. These mutations had an unusual property of reverting to wild type at a high rate. They are short. The smallest IS element is 768 nucleotide base pair long. They contain some inverted terminal repeats. In E. coli, the number of copies of several IS elements are present, like IS1, IS2, IS3, IS4, and IS5. So, this is our double-stranded DNA which contains some terminal inverted repeats and some target site duplication. So, the mechanism begins with these steps, and the first step is when the two strands of the target DNA are cleaved at different sites, Then the IS element is inserted into the gap and created by staggered cleavage of the target DNA. And last, the DNA synthesis fills in the gap on each side of the IS element and produce a direct duplication of the target site. In this, the IS element encode a protein which is transposase and it is needed for the transposition. The transposase binds at or near the end of the element and then cut both strands of the DNA. This cleaved excises the element from the chromosome or a plasmid so that it can be inserted at a new position in the same or different DNA molecule. So when IS element insert into any of chromosome, then they create duplication of part of the DNA sequence at the site of insertion and there one copy of the duplication is located on each side of the element. These short directly repeated sequences are called target site duplication, which arise from staggered cleavage of the double-stranded molecule. The IS element may also mediate recombination between two different plasmids. First one is non-conjugative R plasmid and second one is conjugative plasmid. The plasmid code a gene for resistance to antibiotic streptomycin recombined with a plasmid that can be transferred between cells during conjugation. This recombination event is mediated by IS1 element which is present in both of the plasmid. They create a larger plasmid that has both the streptomycin gene and the capability to be transferred during conjugation. And the plasmid that transfers gene for antibiotic resistance between cells is known as conjugative R plasmid. It contains two main components. First one is R determinant and second one is RTF component, where the RTF component contains gene needed for conjugative transfer between the cells, where the R determinant contains gene for antibiotic resistance. Our second element is composite element, which contain two IS elements, one present at each end of the DNA sequence which contain whose function are not related to the transposition process. It have ability to moving, for example TN9, TN5 and TN10, which have some inverted repeats at their end. So in TN5 we have IS50R, the element which are capable for producing a transposase enzyme to stimulate the transposition process. So the third element is TN3 element. The TN3 element are present in E. coli, which have no IS elements. The transposon terminate in simple inverted repeat, which is 38 to 40 nucleotide base pair long. However, like cut and paste transposon, they create target site duplication when they insert into the DNA. The TN3 element contain three genes, TNPA gene, TNPR gene and BLA gene, where the TNPA stand for the transposase and the TNPR stand for repressor and BLA gene is a stand for beta-lactamase. And the transposase contain 105 amino acid and they required for the transposition, where the TNPR, which means repressor, contain 185 amino acid which regulate the transposition, where the beta-lactamase confer resistance to the ampicillin.